We are going to go into side lying. I want you laying on your left side, have both of your blocks handy. Place one block down just to rest your head on. The other block, have it in your hand. Meet me in side lying with your hips and knees both at 90 degrees, just like they would be in frog. Take your yoga block with it lengthwise, put it right up against your low back, slide it down onto the floor, keeping it against your low back. This way, if when I ask you to abduct your hip, if you try and cheat and use your spine, you're gonna knock that block over and then you're gonna know. So that block is gonna help keep you honest and keep it isolated to your hip here. Now we're gonna warm up with a little bit of capsule cars. So with hips and knees at 90 degrees, place your hand on your pelvis. Make sure that pelvis does not move. Your thigh bone should be moving on your pelvis, but your pelvis itself should not move at all. We're gonna see if you apply a little bit of pressure down into the ground with your bottom leg using that bottom glute, we're gonna see, okay, how high can we abduct that hip, keeping it pure abduction, all in the hip, without increasing pressure or knocking over that block behind us. And then we're gonna go through some rotation here. We're gonna rotate in, squeeze a bit more out, and then we're gonna rotate out. Rotate in, meaning your thigh bone is going in, and then we're gonna rotate out, meaning your thigh bone is going out. I know that's kind of confusing sometimes. A lot of people think internal rotation is external rotation and vice versa, just because the names are kind of funny when you look at your foot. My foot's coming in, but my thigh's going out. Now my thigh's going in, but my foot's going out. Now quick check here before we do that last rep. Can you get a little more abduction? I was able to there. Now I'm going to try and maintain that as I rotate and rotate back the other way. Let's come back through external. And then we're going to bring that leg back down and we're going to switch over to the other side. You should be feeling your glute right now. Technically, if you were able to maintain pressure down into the ground with the opposite leg, you should be feeling both glutes right now. So same thing here, take that block lengthwise, put it right up against that low back, slide it down onto the ground. So you have very little room. You can feel it in contact with your back already. That means there's not a ton of room for error or room for cheating here, which is what we want. Driving that right leg down into the ground just a little bit. Find some stability there, and then we're gonna open up through abduction, prying those hips open, finding how far can we go before we start borrowing from the back or increasing pressure on the block. Keeping our kneecap there like it's on a swivel, and then we're gonna internally rotate, and we're gonna externally rotate. Back the other way, trying to maintain as much abduction as you can, still pressing down with the opposite knee, and rotate back. Rotate in, rotate out, rotate back in, and then rotate back out, and then do a check. Okay, can we gather a little bit more abduction? How high can we get that knee? Found a little more, maintain it, internally rotate, squeeze a bit more out, and then externally rotate. We're gonna bring that leg back down.